It was 6:45 a.m. in downtown Chicago. The streets were just waking up, but Maria had already been awake for nearly 20 hours. She worked night shifts at the hospital as a nurse and had just finished tending to patients through another exhausting night. Her feet ached. Her eyes burned. But before heading home to her 10-year-old son, she needed one thing to keep her going: a hot cup of coffee. Maria walked into Sunrise Cafe, a small, cozy coffee shop tucked between a laundromat and a bus stop. She looked around, taking in the smell of fresh pastries and roasted beans. She stepped up to the counter and quietly pulled coins from her worn purse. $2.13. Just enough for a small black coffee. Jason, a 19-year-old barista with a friendly smile, noticed her. He'd seen her a few times before, always tired, always quiet, always paying in coins. "Small black coffee?" he asked gently. She nodded and looked down, embarrassed. "I'm sorry, I only have." Jason shook his head with a warm grin. "Don't worry about it. It's on the house today." Maria's eyes widened. "Really? I can pay you back next time." Jason reached for a cup, poured the coffee, and wrote something on the side with a black marker before handing it to her. "Trust me, you've already paid more than enough," he said softly. Maria walked out with the warm cup in hand. She sat on a nearby bench to rest for a moment before catching the bus. Then she saw the words written on the cup: "You matter more than you know." For the first time in weeks, tears filled her eyes. No one had said something kind to her in a long time. She took a sip and smiled, just a little. But for her, that small gesture was everything. 10 years later, a packed crowd sat in a TEDx hall in New York City. On stage stood a young man in a tailored suit, Jason, now the CEO of a fast-growing tech company. He held up an old, faded coffee cup. "This cup," he said, "reminds me where I come from." A picture of Maria in her nurse uniform appeared on the screen behind him. "She was my mother. She raised me alone, working night shifts so I could go to college. One morning, I saw her come in, counting coins to buy coffee. I gave it to her for free and wrote this message." He held the cup closer. "Because she'd forgotten how much she mattered." The room was silent. That moment changed both of us. I realized that kindness isn't a weakness. It's the seed of everything good.